It was my night. You know, sometimes the chips fall on your side, and they did tonight.
All right. You need to get cockier. You need to brag after these victories, Mike. You got to learn as a champ. You got to be a little cocky.
If I keep winning like this, people will realize how good I am.
Mike Brown is with us. He just had a finish a few hours ago. Inside of one round, just pounded out Leonard Garcia. Started it off with a huge right hand. Right off the bat, Mike, did you notice? He's a striker. Did you notice kind of a different stance from him in terms of his strategy? Because I thought he came out almost looking a little tentative, looking too much to defend against the takedown.
He looked like he was lowering his level a little bit, but he looked like he normally does. His elbows are always kind of out. He looks a little tense. You know, he looked as he did in all the video that I watched. And I just, measured him with my jab, my right hand.
Yeah, because he really didn't look like he was close enough to reach you, and then you nail him with that right hand. What's that right feel like? Because, you crushed him on the side of the head, and he went down immediately.
I didn't even realize I hit him. So, I didn't even realize that I hit him real hard until I see him crumble into the mat, and I knew I hurt him,
Mike Brown's with us. So you jump on top of him. Your gas tank there, it's early in the fight, so you're not going to run out of energy. But I actually counted. It was 40 hammer fist, punches, and elbows. That was an incredible barrage in just about 25 seconds.
Was it 40?
Yeah.
He was hurt. I thought I was going to seal the deal, so I was swinging hard, hammer fisting, trying to put him away. And I caught him with an elbow. I thought for sure he was done, and then somehow he regained his composure, got guard, and was hitting me back. And I was like, man, this kid's still with it. So then I thought okay, relax, take a second, regroup, analyze the situation, and fight a regular fight now. You think that was one of those cases where he was maybe out, and we hear, I'm not a fighter, but we hear from fighters sometimes that you can be stunned, and actually the next shot actually wakes you up. Yeah, I don't know what it was that woke him up, if it was just time or if I not woke him back up. But I knew I had him hurt, and then I was working that neck crank, or I call it the Munson, where it's not really a rear naked. I'm just kind of cranking his neck off, and he was bleeding and hurt, and then he started trying to punch me in the face. I'm like, man, dude, it's tough, So I had to regroup and relax and try to start a fresh fight. Yeah, it didn't take long, though. Mike Brown, the WEC featherweight champ, just got a big victory over Leonard Garcia, joins us here on Yahoo Sports and ESPN Radio 1100. So he regains his composure after he worked the neck crank, sort of choke. You get to full guard. Talk about the switch there, because it looked like you kind of set it up with a couple of elbows, got the half guard, and got an arm triangle choke. Yeah, I was looking to go to half guard and then pass to full, and that's what I did. Do you use that choke a lot? Have you used that to get a victory in the past? I use it a lot in training. I did use it before when I fought this guy, Taiyo Nakahara, in Japan. I actually hit the same choke, but I hit it from the bottom, which is kind of rare. You don't see it a lot from there. Right. Is it something you've picked up in recent years since you started working with American Top Team? Yeah, American Top Team's got the best jiu-jitsu in the world, so my submission skills are really world-class. At one time in my career, I would have called it a weakness, where my submission defense wasn't the best. Right. And now it's one of my biggest strengths. By the way, nice job in the cage in the post-fight interview. Thank you very much. Little dropping of the F-bomb. I did it again. I can't believe it. I told my corners, I told my man Eve Edwards, I said, tell me not to swear, remind me not to swear, because when I get excited and emotional, I start letting them fly. And first thing I did, I couldn't even stop myself. So that's why you said "dang it" in front of 6,000 people in a live arena and probably millions up on live TV. That was very good. Let's close out on a couple of details. Looking ahead now. First of all, before the fight, we're talking to Mike Brown. Were you getting the sense from people that they were kind of underestimating you and kind of calling you, a fluky type champion? Of course. I think I was probably a favorite in the fight, but slight favorite. I'm guessing. I'm not even certain. But yeah, a lot of people consider me the underdog. I've been the underdog many, many times, and I just keep winning, and we'll see where it goes. What do you think's coming as a champion? Obviously, they're going to try to match up against Faber. How long a break do you get until you have to go against Uriah? Whenever they say go, I'm ready. You're ready? How has it been for you in terms of the economic impact of being a champ? I'm sure it's going to get better with this one, too. I'm hoping, the endorsement deals will get a little better, and, my pay gets increased by the WEC each time I win. So I just bought a house a couple of weeks ago, and I was a little worried about it, with all this, the economy and all that, but another win certainly helps me out. Yeah, where'd you buy a house? Boca Raton, Florida. Oh, look at you. High rent district. Very nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that's good motivation to keep winning, though, because Boca's not cheap, and you're right. You need to keep making money, so.
Yeah, it's good. You know, I know. Because, you know, when you lose, you know, your pay's cut in half because you get the win bonus, you know.
Yep.
So you win, you double your money, and you know your pay's going to increase for the next fight. So, you know, this is my job, and this is what I do for a living, and business is good right now.
All right, next up, you buy a Rolls Royce, right?
I got a Ford Focus, man. I ride like that. I'm not a big baller.
Hey, last one, Mike. Do you think, because I think the 45 class is just going to become insane, because I think they're going to try to bring in some imports from Japan. They're going to bring in more imports from abroad. Do you think some of the UFC 55ers are going to go, you know what, screw this. I'm tired of trying to compete like you did, you know, as a mid-sized guy at 55 and try to come down?
Yeah, they're doing it right now. Like Manny Gambarian's coming down. There'll be other guys. Anybody who can make it will do it because the money's going to get better and the fans are getting better, and it's the most exciting weight class in the world.